Hello, I am very excited today to get to introduce you to the magnificent Mary Waring, independent financial advisor and women's empowerment coach. Real, solid, grounded, financial and inner empowerment is what Mary is about for herself, for other women, for our world. So thank you, Mary, for being here with us today.
Thank you, Kate. You know, I have never, ever done a Facebook Live. So this is actually like super exciting for me.
Amazing. First ever Facebook Live. Wow, what a way to start.
Exactly. And you called me magnificent. That sounds good.
You are, and you look magnificent in your red earrings. I'm loving the whole look. So tell us a little bit about life and business, what was happening and how it felt for you pre-joining Mesmerise.
Yeah, well, I joined with you just at the end of March.
Yes.
And of course, I don't know if it was, you know, for the whole of those 3 months, we'd been in lockdown in the UK. I can't remember if it went on for the whole 3 months, but it went on for a lot of it. And like lots of people, I'd had enough. I had enough of lockdown. I'd had enough of lack of connection. And how that showed itself was actually, I then also lost interest in my business. Totally lost my business mojo.
Yeah.
So my financial advice part of the business, I've got ongoing clients, and obviously I did the work for them, but I wasn't doing anything else. And I was writing lists of, oh, it would be quite nice if I did this, looking at different areas. And I just didn't do them because, in all honesty, I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
So I was mentally, I was not in a great place at all. And I had always thought, oh, I'm very self-motivated, but it made me realize I'm self-motivated when I'm in the right headspace. And when I'm not in the right headspace, I was just spiraling down, which is why I thought I'd better have a chat with Kate. No, because I knew I needed support.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting and so good to know about yourself that, yes, you're self-motivated when certain things are in place that mean you have a more ready access to a good mindset, like support.
No, absolutely. And I realized I had to get support because I was actually so lacking in interest about my business.
Yeah.
Which I knew was to do with my headspace rather than I didn't like my business.
Exactly. It wasn't like, okay, throwing everything out the window.
No, exactly.
So what's shifted for you since entering and joining Mesmerise?
Well, it's quite interesting. I just said Facebook Live, it's my first. I've had a couple of firsts since working with you. And I was very much, we had the conversation, I was very much in that space. I'm just going to play. Yeah. I'm just going to see what happens because, you know, I'm very fortunate that my IFA business, the financial planning is very stable, but I'm looking at other areas. So I did just decide I'm going to play. I want to enjoy it. It's for my business, so it needs to bring in money. But again, because I've got the regular income from the other area of my business, I wasn't going at it with the thought of, oh, I have to make money from this. So we had a conversation, I can't remember when it was, May, June, I can't remember when it was, about, well, I'm not really getting out there. I'm not really offering my services. And you suggested at the time, because I do a lot of work with women going through divorce, why didn't I do a summit, not to call it a summit, with like 5 solicitors and have a conversation. And that really just didn't work for me. And I just thought, but you see what you're very clever at, well, what works for me, you put that little nugget of an idea, and then I go away and think about it, and then I get my idea.
Yes.
So I then went away and thought about it and thought the whole thought conversations with the solicitors, it wasn't right. But then I decided I liked the idea. So what I did, because most of, well, my clients are sort of aged 50 plus, I decided I would do a talk with one lady each day for 5 days of other women who worked in this area as a total celebration of women over 50. Now, I would not have had that idea had you not put that first idea in my head. And it was fun. It was great fun. I've never done that before. It was a whole load of fun. Then we had the whole conversation about, what do I do for these new ladies that are now coming in and watching these videos, as to if they want support from me. And a suggestion that came from you was maybe some form of follow-up webinar. And again, I just thought that really doesn't work for me. But, you know, I do have an open mind. So on the call, I said, that doesn't work. Let me think about it. But then what I realized over the next day, couple of days, whatever it was, what would easily work for me is to do a workshop. Because to me, a webinar is sit there and talk to people. And that wasn't me. But a workshop where you say, well, you know, I want you to do X, Y, Z. And then in 5 minutes, we're going to talk about it. That was absolutely my energy. So I decided, right, I'm going to do a workshop. And I think I did it, you know, something like 10 days later. Just amazing. Let me just get on and do it. So I've probably done over that period of time, June, July, August, more, you know, getting on and doing marketing and doing things, probably than I've done for I don't know how long. And I did it with total fun, thinking, let's just go and try it. Let's go and have fun. And I've learned stuff from it, and I will continue to do some of it, and I will improve on what I've done because I've seen where it needs improving from a marketing point of view. But yeah, it was just fun. I just played and enjoyed it.
I love that, Mary. And I love that about you, that you're so clear in your yes and your no. You're like, no, that's not it. Oh, but that bit I like, and I'm going to go away and I'm going to play with that. And oh, here's my yes. This is what I'm going to do. Yeah. And then, so we get to play together in that process.
Yeah.
And then you get to go out and play with the idea that does feel right for you, you know, not because someone else has told you to. Even when that someone else is me. No, Kate, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this, which is perfect, right? Which is how you get to what's right for you. And that you did it all with the energy of play and fun, which is what you're stand for as being not only possible, but you're right. You know, Fabulous at 50 was the name of your...
Exactly. And it was, again, my whole ethos is stop being held back by whatever may have held you back, your limiting beliefs, what you were told as a child, etc., etc. And so again, that's why the whole thing about, just jump in and try it and see, also really suits that energy. And I wasn't going in with the attitude that I have had before. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be really right, because if it's not, what are people going to think? I just thought, let's just go and try it and see what happens. And I did get, certainly from the calls I did, the interviews, such lovely feedback from some women who said, I was really depressed, and about being this age, I thought it was all going to be downhill. This is so lovely that you're being positive about it. Yeah, some really nice feedback.
Wonderful. Well, it was so amazing seeing it out there, on social media, the posts, the engagement. Yeah, it was beautiful to witness it happening, and so quickly. So quickly as well.
Well, I think that's why it happened quickly, because it was just fun. And I didn't go the route of this must be absolutely perfect and I can't possibly run a workshop this quickly. I just went and tried on the basis that, but if it doesn't work, does it matter? As long as I've had a bit of fun doing it. If it doesn't work, if I realize I never want to do it again, doesn't matter. Just go and play.
Then right? Okay, so that's not the way.
Exactly.
What might be the way?
Yeah.
So tell us what you think is unique or different about Mesmerise as a a space for you to step into, possibly that enabled that level of play, or maybe something else. But what's different?
Well, I think it's what we've discussed, that if I was in a group where we were just talking about marketing, and funnels, I've got to say, even the term funnel, just drains my energy. But the strict marketing rule is I would do a webinar and then I do another webinar and etc. And I, without a doubt, that process, I'm sure, would work. But I also know I wouldn't have enjoyed it. Well, in fact, it's not even, I'd have hated it. I'd have hated it. It would drain my energy. And that's why you're different, because you're not looking at, well, these are the tried and tested marketing rules. We know they work. You look at, well, what's right for you?
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fine in the group to say, well, great idea, but no, that's just not me. Because what you're very good at looking at is, especially as a solo entrepreneur, your work and your outside work, private life, they run into one another. So if you're spending time at your desk, really not enjoying what you're doing because you're following a marketing rule that you do this and then you do this and you do this, and maybe it's giving you results, but you're not actually enjoying it, well, then that impacts on everything else. So this is where you're very good at intuitively tuning into what's right. And that's what I say, you gave me the ideas. The initial idea you gave me wasn't what I wanted, but you gave me that idea that was interesting enough for me to think that might be me, for me to say, let me think about it. And then as I thought about it, my idea came up. Whereas if you said to me, look, you need to do a webinar because that's really going to work, I wouldn't have done it. I just wouldn't have done it because I knew I wouldn't have liked it.
I think that's really key as well, isn't it? Because there's the offering of ideas, but it's never as this is what you have to do.
Exactly.
Which means you don't need to go into resistance around it because no one's telling you what to do. And then there's room.
Exactly. And the other thing I'm finding really interesting is that there's, everybody in Mesmerise is at a different stage in their business, not surprisingly. Quite a few ladies in relative startup stage. An initial thought of mine was, well, I wonder if, on the group calls, you'll be talking to these ladies at things that I just know because I'm not a startup. But actually, it's quite interesting because the calls, they're not really sort of a set of rules to follow at all. I think it's mainly the calls are all about mindset. And therefore, when you're talking to someone, even at an early stage in the business, if they've got concerns about whatever it is, chances are you've probably got those yourself. They're just different. It's the same feelings. So it's just been really, really interesting that sometimes you've been talking to one of the ladies at quite a startup stage, but actually the things you've said to her, I've just thought, well, that's me. That's me. It's just, I've still got a lot of the issues. I'm just at a different stage in my business. Having the issues.
For me, that's one of my absolute favorite things about the group is having this variety of stages of business. And then the thing that brings everyone together is this desire to really do it their own way and desire for their work to be of real impact in the world. Like, shallow will not do. It's a real desire for depth. And I feel like that's where we all meet.
Yeah.
Would you talk about, is there anything else you want to talk about the experience of being in the group?
It is, I'd say, hugely supportive group, very supportive. And of course, we have never met yet together, in real life. But hugely supportive with, and other than one of the ladies, Debbie, I'd never met anyone at all. So very supportive. really looking forward to the fact that we're going to meet up in November, have a weekend away, which sounds wonderful. But the other thing I love is the huge variety of what's in the group. So there's the Monday meditation, which actually I don't attend because it's just probably because at 9 o'clock I've probably already started work. But there's the intuitive business, there's the creative writing, wild voice writing, there's Louise's Make Your Magic Happen. There's just a whole load going on. And actually, I put that message in the Facebook last week that even though I'm a number of these videos I'm watching after the event, because there's something in my diary or whatever it is, I'm actually still getting all that energy. So I don't feel I'm missing out if I can't attend live. I'm still getting that whole, I don't know, almost like I'm feeling held, I'm feeling hugged, I'm feeling looked after, even when I'm sitting watching the replay several days after it actually happened.
That is quite astonishing, actually, that you feel that.
Well, which is why I felt so called to write that message in the Facebook group, rather than just saying I'm really feeling loved and I'm loving this group. And I'd watched that day's training over a number of different days in the morning in my kitchen. But yeah, I felt that energy reaching out to me.
Beautiful, beautiful, Mary. And what would you say to someone who's listening, who's wanting that level of support, that to feel that level of energy, to feel as free as you do, to just play and have fun with how they're marketing their business and are considering joining Mesmerise?
Oh, well, I mean, the short answer is do it. But I'd say, it's not cheap. It's not designed to be cheap. That's the whole point. It's not designed to be cheap. And I think it's for someone to decide what they're looking for. If they're looking for a real cookie cutter, this is how you do marketing, this is how you grow your business, well, then they're not right for this program. And in that sense, this program will be too expensive anyway, because there'll be other programs that do that. But actually, if you're really looking for how do you get your business to totally fit in with your character, with what you're looking for in life, well, I mean, it's just right. It's just right. But it's been right for me, without a doubt. And the fact that over quite a short period of time, I did those interviews, then I did a workshop. I have never done that before at all. Partly I didn't have the idea, but I don't know if I didn't want to. I don't know, I've just never done it. And so all of a sudden I did that and thought, this is quite fun. Yeah, I'll do it again. So it's, in all honesty, if you can grow your business and enjoy what you're doing at the same time and know you're making a huge difference as well, well, actually, that's just perfect. I mean, I was going to say that's what everyone wants. Not everybody wants to enjoy their business. Some people just want to make money.
Yeah.
But this is what's great. I mean, and your program, of course, is about making money because we're businesses. We do have to make money. But this is about how do you make money in a fully authentic way that really works for you and that you enjoy it. And and then your client has the most fantastic experience as well.
Exactly. Yes, you get to pass on the joy and the love. Yeah. I'd love to ask one specific follow-up question on that, specifically to you as someone who's already created like a very financially successful business. What would you say to someone who is in that place, has got a successful business financially, but perhaps is maybe feeling bored, has lost the joy about Mesmerise?
Well, it's interesting because I am also, and this came out from, the Finding Flow Day 2 weeks ago, whenever it is. I am changing my existing business as well, despite the fact I'm going to have a few of these add-ons. And actually, it just came to me then, I am seriously reducing my hours on that side of the business. I'm outsourcing more. I'm making it hugely more efficient. And that is my plan. For over the next 3 months, I'm experimenting with who I need to do what and how I get more off my desk, so that come January, I'm definitely starting that business in a very different place. Some clients are going to be asked to pay more. If they don't wish to pay more, that's fine. Maybe we don't have an ongoing relationship. But actually, even if you've got a very financially successful business, there are probably ways to improve it. And that is maybe not necessarily making more money. It's working less hours. Exactly. It's enjoying it more.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. So I've got what is a very, very established business. And if I didn't do any more marketing on it, that business is going to keep going for a very long time. But I'm still going to make some changes on that, because the changes I want to make are working less hours in it without reducing the income. Yeah. So therefore, that's why there's got to be some more efficiencies going on and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Really looking to the whole life experience.
Yeah.
You know, you love being outside, you know, you're really active. So wanting to have the time to do those
exactly.
things. Yeah. Beautiful, Mary. Is there anything, well, first of all, if people are listening to you and they're like, who is this magnificent woman? I need her in my life. How do they come and find you?
Well, I'm on both Facebook and LinkedIn as Mary Waring. My website is Wealth for Women. The website has not been updated for a while, so it's very financially advice focused rather than anything to do with the whole mindset around money and things like that. But anyone can reach out to me via the website, via LinkedIn, Facebook, if they just want a call to say, this is where I'm at. Do you have a service which might work for me?
Brilliant. Brilliant. And in these final few moments, is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, actually, the one thing I would like to say, last week when I was having my real love-in about Mesmerise, I started to worry, maybe I'm nearly at the end of my year. And there was a minor panic coming. And then I realised I was only 6 months in. And the whole joy of thinking, wow, look what I've done in this 6 months, when the first couple of months is always trying to get used to what you're going to do. And I just thought, look what I've achieved now, and I've got a whole other 6 months still ahead of me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just hugely exciting, exciting working in Mesmerise, without a doubt.
That's so exciting, Mary. And with your plans over the next few months to really be clearing space, making it more efficient, and then who knows what you'll be.
Exactly, because then I've got time to go and play at some other things. Yeah.
More play ahead. Amazing. Well, it's been a delight to get to speak with you. So thank you. I am going to pause the live stream. So bye-bye in Facebook.
Bye everyone.
And I'm going to stop the recording. So Mary, thank you again.
That was fun. Thank you. Thank you, lovely girl. And I'll see you tomorrow. Intuitive Business. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
I will see you tomorrow.
I'll be there with my questions.
See anyone who wants to join Mesmerise tomorrow as well. Ooh.